Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to week 2, day 1 of the Guild Wars. We did end up polling it last time and it does seem like a good majority of people are in favor of us to keep doing this. So we will keep doing it. We will have, of course, all of our normal content as well coming out, but we'll be doing this on top of it just to have kind of a long form of the Guild Wars as for your entertainments and for the commentary purposes. But we'll be going over that, doing our 5 battles today. One thing I do want to note real quick though is I will be canceling the stream later today, mainly because I do need to wake up a bit earlier tomorrow, and I definitely need to make sure I do that because it's for the heating and cooling, and I just took out all the money for it earlier today and need to make sure that does get finalized. So I do have to cancel out the stream, unfortunately, but let's get into some battles. So today, or why am I going to PvP? Hello, PvP. Today, we're going to be doing the 5 green Guild Wars battles. Last I checked, we are a little bit down this week. Of course, last week we did end up being the very first guild to ever win first place in the Guild Wars, though this week, if we go and check, we're actually in 9th right now. Two things that changed with this, or mainly just one, and that is, well, 2. The brackets got reshuffled, so now they're all a bit more balanced than what they initially were on the very first week. The other thing that changed is now every single guild that's level 100 or higher now has a 50% bonus. So pretty much everyone is on an even playing field. So hopefully we'll end up getting to around 150,000 by the end of this. We still have several more battles to go, though as far as people going so far, seems about our normal win rate for the most part as far as what I've been seeing. So we'll just go into it. Of course, our max now is only 6,300 instead of the 8,840 or whatever it was prior. So let's go to our battles, see what we can do. Defend, personally, I'm just running Crimson Bat, Bone Dragon, Death, and Famine. I may try adjusting that team on some of the other days. I am thinking about building something off the Assassin class as well, as Assassin class does have a 25% bonus this week. And there's two main teams I'm going to be using for this green day. Of course, we'll want to be using 4 green, but there's 2 main ones. This Kraken team in different variants with the double Kraken, double Giant Spider, and the safer one, which is the Dark Maiden for the mana generator, the Kraken for the damage generation and devour, Steam X for the summon and board control, and the Famine just to do what Famine does and keeps draining them. He's only using what looks like to be 4 colors. Yes, 4 colors. So we should be able to deny him pretty easily. A little odd thing about Dark Maiden, though, is that we deny a color he doesn't even use. I think we might still go with this, though. Dark Maiden is really good for mana generation. We do have a minus color and one that he doesn't even take, so we weren't even going to take that color anyways between the Maiden and the Banner. So we'll get into this. One other thing that randomly happened today, well, 2 other things. Well, it was my mom's birthday, which is actually one of the reasons why I did the heating and cooling thing as a birthday present for her. And the other is my headphones ended up finally breaking today, that already half broken one. It lasted for only about a year, and of course I didn't have any warranty on it, so unfortunately I'll definitely need to go get a new one, so I'll make sure to do that before we do our next stream. If my audio sounds a bit off in this video or any of the videos for the next few days, that is because, yeah, it is, everything I'm hearing right now sounds a lot different, and I did try adjusting accordingly all my settings, but I don't know if it's going to come out a little bit different than what it normally does. I tried adjusting as best as I could, but we'll do that. Get our Devour, very nice. Get our blues down there. We will throw down a Kraken somewheres here. Tempted to do it on a brown. We could always just spam all these extra turns as well, which I think I might go for, simply because that will give us a guaranteed Famine. We end up getting an extra turn off the top as well, which is really nice. He'll take a Skull. So we'll kind of just leave that there. We do have Famine available for whenever we just want to throw a Famine. I don't think I really need it right now. At this point, we pretty much already won. I think we'll go on... What color does he not use here? That won't give him a Skull. Yellow? Well, we kind of need yellow ourselves. Actually, let me do the convert first, and then figure out what we're going to do. So we'll convert that to purple. Get some split damage. Doesn't look like we get full on Kraken. I do want to remove red here. It looks like we might give him a 4 times the skulls, but we'll just do that and get that out the way. And no, I did not. I give myself a 4 times the skulls. So we'll do that, and yeah, there we go. I don't think Famine's enough damage, so we'll go with the Kraken. Try for the Kraken Devour chance. we do end up missing it, and we miss the extra turn. But all we have to do is cast Famine, and he is out. So we're good to go. He'll just do his thing, and that basically will do nothing. He'll hopefully miss right here, doing nothing. Oh, he was smart enough to do it on Skulls, though he did end up missing, other than the extra turns. Oh, never mind. He did Cascade into a little bit there, so he'll get a poke on us, and another ability. Okay, well, let's sit back for a little while as we watch him just keep looping for the next several seconds, and there we go. We'll just Famine him, and down he goes. And 4 more to go. That was our very first battle. I'm most likely going to be using this team for all of them. The only thing I may switch to the other team for is if we need an excessively quick Kraken. But then again, it doesn't get up too much quicker than what we're already using. So what are we up against now? Scale Guard. Scale Guard can be a little bit annoying, as the Scale Guards do have a they have a 50% bonus this week, and they do have Empowered. So their very first strike will end up doing that 35, and then the next one will do 70. And that is quite a bit of damage. Not enough to one-shot me or even combo hit me. Actually, yeah, it would combo hit me. So we do have to watch out for that. Would Dark Maiden gain enough mana quick enough? If we can get a Skull right off the bat, I think this will be fine. Worst comes to worst, we can always Christine X it. The only issue I can really see if he ends up getting a Christine X on... I mean, if he ends up targeting our Christine X with the Scale Guards, as I really don't have a way to recover from that. So I think I am going to go and throw down the other team. Just play it safe with a double Kraken, so we will throw that down. Move it slightly. Banner's already cracked, and yeah, we'll just go with the green Kraken. Still have the whole team of greens. We have the purple spawn, and we can just focus down our blues really quick, get the Krakens up, and get it looping to take out all of its damage. We may end up losing our first Kraken, but we'll be able to finish it plenty with the other Kraken, just feeding it with our 2 giant spiders. Not to mention, we're also getting 2 additional purple from the fact that both our spiders do have a magic link on it, on its very first trait, making it really easy to get. Nice strip to have early on, definitely one that you should consider whenever you do Guild Wars on a green or blue day, particularly green, since I feel like there's a lot more green purples that it does synergize with. But anyways, we'll take this purple somewheres. If I do it there, he'll get yellow out of it. We do want to try avoiding that if we can. He's going to get another Scale Guard down, which will not be enough damage, but it will bring him very low, especially if we cannot get a Devour, so we will need to watch out for that. I'm probably just going to take some greens here. A single Skull will end up killing it, though we do have plenty of Summon as backups if we do need to go into that. Oh, a Skull! Ouch! Well, it looks like we might need to build more around countering Scale Guards, because, yeah, they are definitely vicious with that extra bonus this week. I might need to do that for Red Day, just to have fun with it, for at least one of the battles, try building some kind of a Scale Guard team out of it. Problem is, you can't really do too much mana-wise. Naga Queen can feed them at least, but for the most part, it's a little bit hard if you put like two of those things on your team to really give them the mana they need. So right here, we're kind of limited. Not too much we can take, as we do only use 3 different colors. Do have to watch out for that. He, of course, did end up getting our loop down that we could have gotten at the beginning. He did end up disabling that pretty well. So we'll go for this, try getting our green off the top. We do get it, but it did not surge, so that will not be enough mana right there. Single Scale Guard will not be enough damage either. I can't really deny his reds, but we can kind of just keep working around it. We'll most likely move this to the right simply to try to get a purple. If nothing else, we can take the green. He might end up doing the green as well on his Naga, and he does not. Good. But he does get a Scale Guard out of it, so we are going to need to worry about that now. Just trying to look to see if we can drop anything. Doesn't look like it. Most likely we'll just have to go for our green all the way to the left. He'll throw a single Scale Guard that has really no chance of getting a kill. Oops, I gave him some purple there. Yellow, not really needed, but I did end up giving them that 4 purple and a 4 red. Okay, that's a little bit bad. And the extra green, not really worried. Didn't get a Skull Distract. Oh, yes, good. At least we got a Skull Distract out of it, because his cast will not be enough, and we'll put it behind our other troop. So we'll convert out the yellow here. Looks like quite a bit of mana. We don't have the double Kraken anymore. At least the single Kraken still at least 3 damage to all of them, assuming you have it traded. Hopefully we can get the Devour here. Good, we did get the Devour, so we're pretty much set now. Worst comes to worst, we win off of a gigantic Kraken. But, okay, he just keeps hitting our first lot. I wonder if he even can hit a different slot other than first. The AI might be a little confused and might just keep hitting the first slot. I hope so. That would help us a lot because this spider summon actually has immunity to poison as well as web. But poison's the main one I needed to do, since if it has immunity to poison, it will never die. Or it will never take 2 times damage from him, I mean. Okay, so there we go. Get our extra turn. We will throw another Kraken here. He doesn't use blue anymore now that we have destroyed it. Skulls are kind of pointless for us to take since the spider does such minimal damage. We're better off just trying to get our giant spider Kraken looping and work from there. And good, he does aim at the spider, though that one the AI doesn't get to choose. It always hits the weakest one, which is whichever one has the lowest HP plus armor for its total durability. But we'll do that, go on greens, we get Kraken up again. Unfortunately, we can't be getting any double Krakens, but we can still just keep chipping them down this way. And it doesn't really seem like we're going to lose this, it's just a matter of when we end up winning. So we'll throw down that Kraken, do get the kill, do get the extra turn, do get the little poke. And now we have both the giant spiders to feed into it. Doesn't look like we have a good extra turn. We can do it on blue, though that will prevent us from getting any extra turns. So we'll just do this on a red. It might be our last one unless we can really get alignment right here. Otherwise, we'll have to do it on blue. Brown. Is brown available? Does not look like it. So first, before we do anything, let's just clear out the board, get the blue extra turn. And we do land that. Get our other giant spider back up. I really do not want to use this on blue. But does not look like we have another option. I'll move that down. Maybe it will give us alignment. We'll do that. Come on, alignment. Where are you? Okay, we got it on brown, so that'll work. So we'll throw that there. And that's pretty much match. We'll get the next Devour as long as we get an extra turn off it. Or never mind, we already won. That skull just gave us the rest of the damage we need. And down it goes. So there we go with that. That will probably be able to use to kill out all of the scale guards that we end up seeing this week. Or at least for Green Day. Won't be able to use that on any other day since that's the only color that they share together. So let's see, third battle now. See what Strippy has. Poison Master. He's using that for the extremely large amount of explosions he has this week. He'll basically explode all greens on the board, regardless of how leveled you really have him, since he does have a 50% bonus. Marilith's also has a 50% bonus this week, though this helps her to destroy half the board, which is kind of similar to that of an explosion. An explosion will take 70, it explodes more gems, but only gains 70% in the mana, where she destroys less gems, but she gains 100% of the mana. So this week, she's kind of like a standard exploding troop. So as far as something to use, I am slightly tempted to use this again. I'm a little afraid of the death, a little afraid of the famine, and I feel like we can chip this down pretty easily. We can also backshot the death, so I think we'll just run this again and see where we go from there. Not really worried at all about his poison. The main thing I'm just worried about is the famine death. Mainly the famine getting a drain on us when we don't want it, or the death randomly killing us with a death mark. But we do have 2 summons, and we should be able to loop before famine gets any chance of hitting us. So we'll throw it down and see what we can do. He's also using the same banner as us, so any manas that we take with this team will also be denying him, though vice versa, any manas that he will try prioritizing will also block us, unfortunately. But we'll go for all of our extra turns right off the bat, just take the really obvious ones that are just laying around, and see what we'll do from here. There is a skull available. I think I just want to bait all of them out. Not quite sure how many I can really do before that becomes an issue. But I think the very first one I will end up baiting out. So he'll take that. We did not get the green for the full Kraken, unfortunately. Really want to get that death killed. And we can either go for the blue with a green chance, or simply go for the green, or go for a double green chance. Let's let you do that. So we'll go there. Oh, good. Okay, good thing I didn't go for the other move, because we would have missed it with the yellow right there. And he gives us some free green right there. Ooh, we did deny some blue. Nowhere's we can Oh, never mind. We can do it on yellow. That's very little mana, though. So I'm probably just going to hold off for this current moment. We'll throw that down. We do miss the Devour, and we give him a lot of blue. That can be a little bad, especially if he ends up getting a famine out of this explosion. Luckily, there aren't too many greens. I might need to focus on using Giant Spider on green, as he only can explode the greens, and that's where a good majority of his mana generation is going to come from. So right here, we both can take a skull. I think I am going to take one here, as we do not have any alignment that I can even attempt to try to do. I'm think we'll take this skull as it does give us a green as a byproduct, which will help deny him, help give us some manas, and he'll take the other one as that is his only option. And one more, we'll end up losing our first troop. Again, we're going to lose our first troop. Don't really have too many options currently on the board as far as things that we can kind of poke at. I'll probably just let the Marilift do her thing, and hopefully she'll give us alignment. We'll just take a standard green just in case he miraculously gets up off of something like that. So yeah. We have the option of going on blue, which we definitely want to avoid. Brown, which will only give us a single pair. So not too many options currently left with us. I can't really deny him on the green, though he's not going to gain much from green. So if he is going to cast, that would actually help us quite a bit, since he's going to get almost nothing out of doing this. So he does have famine, though, all the way up. So that could be a bit of an issue. Definitely do not want a famine hitting on us, and I do not know if we can get all of our mana in time, and we do have to be careful if he takes a skull and stuff like that. So we can do it on yellow. The only problem is that will not be anywhere near enough mana, and we can do it on blue, and we will get enough mana from doing it on blue. The only problem is there is essentially no chance that we'll end up getting an extra turn after this, but I think I'm going to go for this. It does look like it gives a lot of extra turns, might be able to get a decent amount of mana out of it. So we'll bank on hoping for that. We do get a skull out of it. We do get another 5 times, so that is coming up through slightly. Not really looking for skull distracts or anything like that. That's not really going to help us much here. I'm just going to have to keep taking every extra turn we can see. And we are pinching him down quite a bit. Don't know if we're going to be able to do enough quick enough. There is a skull distract over there. If we can gain more HP, then he can do damage. That would be great, though it looks like that is the end of the line. We can take a red and hope for a green, though the chance of that happening is not worth risking. So I'm doing this. Hopefully we won't interrupt the skulls. And good, we didn't, and we get the extra turn. So perfect, we will end up being able to get the famine out before it can do anything, and that's pretty much match at this point. I do have to be a little careful that we don't lose the first Kraken. If we do, we just need to cast a Giant Spider, so I do need to make sure I have a Giant Spider available if he does end up going down. But I think this might be match right here. No, if we had a purple extra turn here, it would be. Does not look like we'll get enough damage out in time. I might just take that skull. Doesn't seem like we have much of another option, so we will go for the skull right there and just try getting the Giant Spider up just in case we lose it. That or just kill it down before it can really do anything. A single skull will be able to do that, and it does look like we have plenty of single skulls. We can actually take 2 skulls here. There's one, and there's the other one we could have taken. So, of course, we already won, so we don't even need it. So, there we go. We took his head off, apparently. So, that worked out pretty well. Hey, we might even get up to rank 1 thingy in PvP from doing this. But 2 more battles. I do really like that these count as 3 trophy battles, as they do give a pretty substantial amount of resources and helps you just rank up in PvP without having to do really any additional anything. But here we go, a black manacle, pretty annoying. Pretty sure I might want to switch. Main reason is the freeze. Well, we could tackle this 2 ways. We can go the other team and play it kind of safer. But either one of these 2 teams, as soon as we get the Queen map devoured, we're pretty much won. So I think I'm going to do this team. There is the slight chance if we use the other team that he's just going to randomly get a kill off with the black manacles on our Christine X, and if that happens, we won't get full value. It is a bit dangerous having to do this against a Queen map, but we'll just have to really focus down our mana to make this work, and hopefully we will be able to do so. Worst comes to worst, as long as we have 1 Kraken and 1 Giant Spider left, that could be enough to win it for us. The worst thing that could possibly happen is if his Justice starts going crazy on us, which we will want to try to avoid at any cost possible. So right off the bat, I think I'm just going to go for a standard blue, hopefully not give him a huge amount of reds. Good. We did not. If we would have gotten a red there, that could have been match right there for his win. But luckily, we did not get that drop. A lot of yellows, a lot of reds. His Valkyrie is going to get up very, very soon. So I do want to deny some of my own blues if I can, just for safety precaution. I guess we'll just take a red here, trying for the purple, of course. There wasn't really anything else on the board that we need. He does have black manacles. Oh gosh, if that hits one of those 2, that would be really, really annoying. It's not going to make us lose, per se, but it will definitely delay the progress of this battle. So we'll take that blue next turn. Should be able to get that to max. He did end up missing his Devour, so that's good for us. He won't be able to, at least initially, get the Devour. He is using Archer class, which I just now noticed, which means 15% chance anytime he takes a skull that he's just randomly going to kill our first slot. And with the Kraken up there, that was actually a little bit of a mistake on my part then. I should have put one of our giant spiders probably as a first slot for this particular battle, just because that is a bit risky with him having that archer class. But we'll take our purple right here. Hopefully he'll miss and not end up randomly killing us off a skull. Good. He actually helped us right there with his Valkyrie, so thank you for playing for our team, Valkyrie. Very supportive. And we'll just take that, throw down our Kraken here, and should be good to go. Of course, there is the 5 times of blue, but better chance of just doing it off the Kraken. And we do end up getting it. Nice. And that'll, of course, be enough for our giant spider. And we'll throw the other one. Then we'll throw our giant spiders. Ooh. The miss. And the problem is Queen Mab is not dead yet. So that is a bit of an issue, as I don't really have a way to easily kill her at the current moment in time. I really want to use this on blue just to play it safe, because if I don't, I feel like he'll go just as crazy. Regardless of what I do here, I lose my turn because we are frozen on one of our purples. So even though there is extra turns available, such as on the brown, I won't be able to really go for it. So I think we will just do it on blue, play it safe. That might not even be enough mana if we don't surge. Doesn't look like we'll get enough out of it, but I think this will be the safer bet, just to make sure he doesn't get to do anything. So we'll do that. I do end up giving a Queen Mab. Not really too worried about a single Queen Mab cast. The only thing that might end up being a bit of an issue, of course, is this Archer class. Gosh, in fact, he has Black Mantle and everything. Luckily, he's only doing taps and stuff, but that can definitely be very devastating amount of damage. So right here, does look like we're kind of dead-ended again because we're frozen. I will throw this giant spider down. We will get quite a bit of damage off from it, but we'll see what he does off his turn. Maybe just a useless Queen Mab or something. Perfect. So it'll do Queen Mab. It will get a kill, so that does mean, well, I guess it wasn't useless, but we'll throw that down, and we essentially win from here forth. The only thing that could slightly go bad is if he devours our Kraken. And good, 3 casts, 0 devour. Our HP is getting a little low. I really need to kill his hero out already. It is being very, 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 very annoying. So we'll need to work towards that. We do get an extra turn. We're only frozen, of course, on the green and purple. So getting an extra turn on the other color right there did not actually end our turn. If I take the skull, he will get blue, but he doesn't actually use blue for anything. So for our safety's sake, I will end up taking it just to make sure he doesn't get to use that skull. Next turn, we'll take a blue or green, whichever is available. Looks like it's going to have to be a green. Oh, there he goes. Okay, good. He did put it back into alignment. So we'll take a green here, use our giant spider. This thing better be cleansed. Gosh, how many turns has that been since he has been frozen? It's been at least 4 turns. Ooh, he just took away our alignment there. And we did unfreeze. The only problem is the move he took ended up undoing our alignment that we have, so I'm just gonna have to take a green pier. Hopefully we get something off Cascade. If not, we'll just have to oh, perfect, very nice. So we'll get that off. We'll throw the other Cascade. Oh, didn't end up getting the skull chance there. Is there anywhere where we can get a devour or more extra turn, I should say? We'll go for this one. We're still gonna be 3 damage short, it looks like. Nowhere's we can take a skull. And is there an extra turn somewhere? Oh wait, we can just Kraken it. Okay, so we're fine then. No worries. We still have all 4 of our troops now since we resummoned the one. And we did not get the Devour there, but that does look like match. Don't really foresee a Valkyrie killing us, though that is definitely possible if we make a billion mistakes. But there we go, that's match. All we have to do now is anything. So, oops, I almost just took the skull thinking that would be enough damage. Maybe not anything. So we'll throw down the Kraken, since if we would have taken that skull, that would not have been enough. So, yeah. And now we move on to the final battle. So far, flawless. Hopefully I can do a flawless week this week. The only person that ended up doing it is my Paragon now. Last week he ended up doing flawless, which is kind of funny because he ended up losing on the very first day, unfortunately. He ended up going flawless last week with absolute highest perfect score you can, and then oops, lost once. But it happens. Happened to us last week, happens to pretty much everyone. You're bound to lose to some kind of troll, devour, death mark, or just something in general, just randomly killing you. But here we go against Ika. Let's see what she's using. Oh gosh, the exact same thing over again. Well, take 2. Can we do it again with the exact same team? Rematch time. Best 2 out of 3, I guess. Hopefully we'll win it with the 2-0. Oh yeah, we'll just throw this again, I guess. Really no point in changing it up. We already know the strategy to go down. The only difference is maybe we'll get worse luck, which is a possibility. So hopefully we do not. Great starting board would be great. Other than that, I do need to deny his blues out as quickly as possible, even though we kind of need it ourselves. But we'll make this work. So we'll throw this down, double Kraken, double Giant Spider. I think we could technically do this against every battle. The only thing I'm ever really scared using this against is, of course, the Queen Mab. Any freeze on this team is a pretty big setback. But as you saw last battle, you can work around it. So let's see what our starting board is. Of course, player always has first turn advantage. Well, looks like we just take a skull out of it. Doesn't look like there's any way for me to stop him taking the skull, though, is the only problem here. But we kind of have to. I don't really have a choice on if I do or do not take a skull. That's like the only thing we can even take, other than a brown pair over there, which will just give him a skull anyways. Luckily, she did not end up getting the instant kill, so we're safe so far. Oh, that's one thing I could have probably used that I didn't bother using. Could have put a Salvini Mora on the team in place of one of the Krakens, possibly, just to make sure we don't have to worry about them as much. The only problem is she can still hit the instant kill through Entangle if she hits a 4 times on skulls. Only the 3 times would be negated if we end up entangling her, because any amount of damage off her ability will be enough. So there it goes, all the way back up again. Well, not much we can really do off this board. Would be great if we could use a Valkyrie too. Fortunately, we can't on a day like this. Well, not much I can really do. Hope for a green, I guess. Nope, we didn't get it. So there goes Black Manacles. Still no Devour. Getting really lucky on that. So far it's done like 4 or 5 Black Manacles, 0 Devours. Has done like 2 Skulls, 3 Skulls, 0 Devours. So we're doing pretty good. Actually, it doesn't Devour on Skull. It does instant kill. One funny thing that we can do to counter that out, if we really wanted to counter it, is anything that has Skull Reflect. We can put it in first slot, and if it triggers its ability, it'll instantly die because it gets reflected with pretty much infinite damage, which is kind of funny, and we'll just end up dying to it as well. That is one counter, though. That's a little bit of an overkill of a counter. Now we have 2 choices here. I don't know which one is better. Do we take the skull and let it take mana, or do we take the green and then use Kraken? I think we take the skull, because I do want to get the hero neutralized as quick as possible. It has it's the only thing on this team that has instant kill chances. So we don't want to have to deal with the random luck or lack thereof. So we'll do that. We did not get a Surge. Speaking of random luck, well, there goes on some of the manas. Doesn't look like we can do anything. Hopefully it'll miss on the Black Manacle kill. I don't even think we can try dropping for anything either. It's like a pretty empty board out there, unless I'm missing something. Well, we can do the red for a green chance. That's about it. And that seems pretty safe. It won't really cascade us into a new move for next turn. Next turn, we'll still have nothing to do if we end up doing that. There are some moves I could do here. Oh no, not even that would set us up with a move. Okay, I guess we just do that then. So we'll do that. We missed a green, but it does give us setup for next turn to take a green. We're getting really lucky. Gosh, 0 Devours so far. We definitely should have gotten Devoured by now. This is definitely above average luck. So we'll throw this down. We'll get our... Oh, don't you dare. Okay. Okay, we'll throw it on the Kraken. Does look like it'll be a miss, which will mean he will end up getting a freeze on us. Please Devour, please Devour, please Devour, please Devour, please Devour. Of course he won't. Well, at least we didn't give it an extra turn, which means no freeze. We are 1 blue pair away from getting Giant Spider up. Unfortunately, yeah, where's all of our mana? We'll just swipe the yellow and hope for a blue. Hopefully we will not get a red right there. Otherwise, he will end up getting a free turn and his Valkyrie up. Is there any other options? Doesn't really look like it. Well, we could take a yellow. That might actually be safer. Take a yellow and hope for a blue over there. I think I'm going to go for this, as there's no chance that he can get a Valkyrie extra turn from doing this move. So we'll do that then. And we do not get the blue. Don't know if we would have off the other one, but we'll just take this blue over here. He will start on Justice unless he hits on Skull. Doesn't really look like he'll get alignment though. We'll take this blue this turn, not only to get our Giant Spider up, but to also make sure the Justice does not really get anything out of his turn. So perfect, a pure miss. Anything we could do off this purple, we can aim it at brown, and we will get a pretty substantial amount of mana, though no 5 times. We can do it on red, which will give us 1 5 times, but it won't give us multiple pairs. We'll just take the extra turn first, see where that moves things, and with the additional reds that have just came into the board, I think I am indeed going to go on red now, so we will end up doing that. Quite a few chances we have for our cascades, and we do end up getting a single Kraken. I think I'm going to take some of this blue, start getting our other Kraken up, make sure we can also try getting our spiders up as well. And there is a skull just kind of laying there. That skull that we just took right there, really, really good value. We end up getting a treasure map out of nowhere. So that ended up working out pretty decent for us. Could have gone a little better, but still working out. So we'll do this, get some of our damage off, 1 more extra turn, and we will get the kill. So down it goes. The loveliness of not being frozen. Luckily, I was able to dodge all the frozens. It may have looked like it was a little bit clunky at the beginning, but that's mainly because I was trying to avoid Queen Mab extra turns at absolutely all possible costs. Oh, I should have taken the red there first. That was a mistake. Could have gotten a little bit more damage in, plus remove some colors that we don't even need. But his Valkyrie's dead. That's not really too big of an issue. We already won if this gets an extra turn, so we're good to go. Oh, we devoured Queen Mab, so yeah. Not really foreseeing any way that we can really lose here fourth, so seems pretty nice. Just have to go and throw down this other Kraken, and yeah, down it goes. And not the smoothest of battles, but there we go. Beat it with double Kraken, double Giant Spider. I definitely really enjoy doing this team on these days, and it does look like we end up hitting the max score right there. So that's pretty nice as well. Let me see. It should be 6,300, I believe, if we hit max score, if it'll go through the loading screen. Come on. Loading, 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 loading. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. Hello. Hello, loading screen. Welcome to the video. Okay, retry connection. Is my connection just down, or is it the game? Or is it a combination of both? The struggles of loading screens. I know on mobile, loading screens take like forever and a half on top of another half sometimes. But if it's just going to stay here, it might just stay here. Hopefully we still get that win. Hello, game. Please respond. Hello. The awkwardness of ending this in the video. Edit it out. Go. Edit it out. Let's see. Is it my connection or not? It's not my connection. It's the game. Well, we'll end it right here if it's going to be like this one more time. But yeah, we will not be streaming tonight, unfortunately. If you guys do have any other questions, though, still feel free to leave them, as I will try to answer them when I go a little bit of time when I wake up tomorrow morning. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we do make it through. We're at 132,000 with still 2 more people and 1 other person with a little bit more battles. Does look like we're going to be placing a little bit lower, and this will be our first lose ever in Guild Wars. We did end up going a perfect 6-win streak, and of course winning number 1 last week. But it does look like we are a little bit lower this week. Looks like we'll still end up placing likely the top 6. But oops, that's not the right one. Which one? Winners. No, that's not it. This one. The top 6, which still ends up paying us out for all of the gems that we put into it. So at least that will still be a thing as long as we hit top 6. Preferably we would want to hit top 3, but it does look like with the current results, unless we do better on all the other days, we'll probably only be around like a 150-ish each day, which with these current ones will end up being around 5th-ish. My other partner guild, or what used to be my partner guild right there, Impervious, they might end up going up a bracket too. Unrepentant may end up coming up a bracket. We'll see where this ends up balancing out to. But yeah, now that there's a 50% for everyone, it should definitely be a lot more balanced. Or as long as you have a level 100 under these things right here, your guild is basically as max as it'll be, as long as these all say 100. So that's a pretty nice thing, because before you needed level 200 to actually be fully maxed out. And you can see, not even my guild's there. We will be next week. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for week 2, day 1 of the Guild Wars. Definitely quite a bit of fun. Green Seer Giant Spider, definitely funny. Do make sure to watch out for the scale guards. Easiest way to do that is just go with Impervious Troop. Even just a standard sturdy, maybe like a Bone Dragon first lot, if it's a brown or purple day or something like that, could even possibly tank through them. So do make sure you have counters for them, because Poison Master, Merilith, Scale Guard, fully empowered are likely things that are going to be used this week. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.